Hi everybody, as promised I'm going to share some techniques while I'm working on my Tim Holtz Configurations box, and really quick I'm going to show you how I did, how I sort of decoupaged these antique book pages on the sides and in the little boxes. Like for this one I got a little page in there, and then on this one I've kind of got it going around the edges, but I'll just show you really quick on this little box here. I'm going to be using some Glimmer Mist and Suede, some antique book pages, brushed corduroy distress ink, and Claudine Helmuth's matte multimedia, which is one of my favorite things. I've gone through 3 jars this month, which is crazy. I know I need a 12-step program or something. Yeah, Claudine, is there a 12-step program for your multimedia? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to tear a piece of my antique book page, and I'm going to make it about the size of my box here. So, well, I would say that's probably good. We'll make it a little bit smaller so it slides in there nice, and that's about right. So I'm going to take my brushed corduroy. I'm going to ink my edges first because I want them to be darker. And just go all the way around. Don't try to make it perfect or anything. You want it to look grungy. And then I just brush it over just like that. So then you get something that looks like this. Then I'm going to grab my Suede Glimmer Mist. Give it a little spritz there, not too much. You don't need a whole lot. So now it looks like that. And then I'm going to grab my brush, dip it into my multi-medium, and I'm going to brush it everywhere that this paper is going to come into contact. So this is very important. You've got to do this first before you put your paper on there. You can't put the paper on there dry. And then we'll get the inside because it's going to fold into the inside. And this is matte, so it's okay if you get a little extra in areas that you don't want to go because it's all going to look the same anyway. And then you're just going to take your paper and put it where you want it and grab a good glob of that multi-medium and then brush it on there. And you'll notice that because I left that Glimmer Mist wet, the ink is spreading onto the teal, which is what I wanted. If you don't want that, then you're going to want to dry it first. But see how it's coming off on there? So it's going to make that teal look a little grungy. And then you're just going to go onto the inside, and your brush should mold onto there really nicely. So you just push down and it seals itself to the box because remember you brushed that multi-medium on first before you put the paper down. So see how it's nice and flush? There's no bumps. That's what you want. So I just take my time and kind of smooth it all out just like that. If there's any clumps that got away, just spread them on. I want the teal to be a little dingy anyway. So I'm kind of just smoothing it all out, getting all my edges. And then you're going to let that sit and dry, and it'll eventually, within just a few minutes, it'll look like this. So it'll lighten up slightly. And you can always take some of the darkness off by just scooping it with your brush. And once this dries, you could either leave it the way it is, and it'll end up like this, or you could do another coat if you want to get rid of some of that edge. I'm probably just going to leave it like this because it's plenty. So that's about it for that technique, and I'm going to show you one more really quick. And this next one's really, really simple. I mean, there's nothing to it. We're just going to be altering the box a little bit. I'm rinsing my brush here really quick before I get started. I don't want the multi-medium to stay on there. So I'm going to grab some brown Stays On and a script stamp. This is a rubber stamp. This is like the one that you get from Michael's. I'm just going to ink it up pretty well, and I'm just going to go onto some parts of my little boxes here. So I'm just adding a little bit of script on there. So I'm going to get this whole side of my block here. Then I'm going to go onto my box, and let me dump all these little blocks out first. There's a bunch in there, but they're so cute. Sorry. And now I'm just going to stamp a little bit onto the side of my box as well. And look, see, I didn't do even pressure, so it's kind of blotchy. That is perfectly fine. I'm totally okay with that. I'm going to do the same thing up here a little bit and even over my book pages a little bit. So see there? And then you can grab some other little stamps if you want to add a little something extra. I'm going to grab this butterfly stamp I've got here. And I'm using brown Stays On because remember, I'm probably going to do some decoupage on this box a little more, so I don't want the multi-medium to smudge off. So I'm going to do a butterfly on the side of this box. Just like that. And I'll probably cover up part of that butterfly, and if I do, it's all good. And you could do all kinds of little stamping and stuff like that, but these are really cool. So if you don't have one of these, you definitely got to get one and play around with it for a little bit because they're really, really neat. But there is a quick technique on how you get some antique book pages into your box, and there's another look at my sides of my box there. And hopefully I'll be able to share a few more videos with a few more techniques on this box and then show you the finished product. Thanks for watching, you guys.